In this video tutorial, we go on building the dashboard that you see. Here's the dashboard we've built so far. We will continue by adding the line chart. We check the online documentation for the members of the Axis class. Let's create an Axis instance for the y-axis. We set its min value to be 0, the max value is 20, and the interval is 2. We also provide a title. We create another axis instance in a way similar to the first one. This will be the x-axis. Then we create an instance of the y-axis renderer class. The axis class describes the structure of an axis, but it does not render it. For rendering, we need to use the x-axis renderer for horizontal axes and y-axis renderer for vertical ones. Now let's define two lists with data in one list with labels. We will use them to provide the values for our area chart. We create a new series of type Series 2D. The charting library has numerous series classes, each exposing different number of lists with labels and data for the different chart types. The Series 2D is ideal for charts that use the Cartesian coordinate system and need to render labels on just one place. The place where the labels will be rendered depends on the value of the supported labels property. This property is of type label kinds, and you see that this enumeration lists all sort of labels. Its members allow bitwise combinations. We create now a renderer class to render our series. The renderer determines the type of the chart. You can have an area renderer, stacked area renderer, bar renderer, and many other. All of them will work well with a Series 2D instance. They will just render the data and the labels of the series in a different way. We want an area chart, that is why we use an area renderer. Now we create a plot 2D instance. This plot is responsible for holding the axes and the series renderer. The plot can be 3D or polar for radar, polar, and pie charts. Our Plot 2D instance exposes various properties for specifying the axes, the grid, and other settings for 2D charts in the Cartesian coordinate system. We specify the two axes to be rendered and set the border stroke to a predefined blue color. The grid will be crossed with blue lines the same shade as the border. The grid stripes will be the same color, a shade of dark blue. The grid line thickness is 1. The Series Renderers property holds all chart renderers this plot will show. Here you can add any type of 2D renderer: bar, step, line, curve, etc. This is how you build combination charts. We need to tell the renderer of the x-axis that the source of labels is the area plot. Then we use a method of the layout builder instance we've defined to create a layout that will arrange the plot and the two axes as it should. The layout builder class provides methods for creating layout containers for charts in all possible scenarios, with several axes, several plots, titles, legends, and so on. We had an instance of it defined in our dashboard application when we first started writing it. We also copy the border component we've created for our previous charts. We will use it to hold our chart area as well. We rename the bar border to be area border and change the grid row and column. The content is the area plot. With that done, we can run our application. If everything is done well, we should be able to see our chart. And here it is. There's still work to be done on it. Let's start with hiding the coordinates at the x-axis, which duplicate the labels that we've set through the series. Here they are. Let's style the chart now. We use the series style property of the area renderer to assign to it a new instance of the per series style class. This style has lists with brushes for the area and stroke of each series and colors all elements of the series with one brush. That's exactly what we want for our area chart. We create a transparent dark pink brush as a fill and more opaque brush in the same color as a stroke. We also specify that stroke thickness will be 4. Here is the area chart, nicely colored. We have to change the color of the axes labels and increase a bit the space around the title labels. The label brush and title brush are properties of the renderers for the axes, X-axis renderer and Y-axis renderer. We set them to a solid brush in cream color that we've defined globally for the application. The title can be offsetted with margins. We specify margins with top and bottom values of 5, which should place the title a bit above the chart. Let's do this for the title of the pie chart as well. And here is our dashboard so far. It looks perfect. With that, our tutorial is finished. Next time, we will build the oval gauge. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your interest in MindFusion Developer Tools.